Your 2016 world champion hits the lineup for round 3, heat number 6 to take on Bede Durbidge. Bede Durbidge, the comeback kid after a heavy injury last year at Pipe, worked so hard to get back in the jersey to compete in the Triple Crown. Classic looking back at the history so far. Florence and Bede Durbidge waiting for their first wave. Looks like John will get it now. See that Jeep yellow jersey fighting for the finish. He ends up going down.
I don't see him pounding it out on the WQS and trying to make it, so I wish Kai all the best for the future and whatever it is, and I guess hopefully I'll still get to do surf trips with him and surf, but it's a sad thing to see such an amazing athlete and just a competitor. He's had so many memorable moments in his career.
He's able to take out Italo Ferreira. They're right next to each other on the Jeep leaderboard, so Michelle is going to push up a little bit closer towards the top 10 picture. Also on that exchange, we hear the horn for one heat ending, but Florence and Durbidge still underway, and Bede getting a quick one there, Potts.
To involve at the same time as the weather does, like if it's windy you have to do turns or airs, if it's barreling just barrels, so it's like surfing during a free surf. You always like do whatever it takes to make a big turn or good barrels, yeah.
And chatting to Kaloa, he was just talking about how hard work pays off. So how important is it for you to put that extra effort in before you go and compete?
Trying to work out that judging criteria and see what the judges are going to reward here. As we see John trying to burrow his way through a foamy one, but there really shouldn't be any confusion.
But as we see Bede Durbidge right here, the wave of the heat so far between him and the champ. John, just a decent cover up there, kind of breaking through a crumbly section. I thought he mistimed that layback snap just a little bit, but still delivered a pretty good punch to that wave. So easily the best score in his heat.
Some results rolling across the bottom of your screen there as we see John Florence, all style, so casual on that late takeoff and just gliding through a big roundhouse cutback here. And the crowd eating it up. Massive celebrations for John when he arrived home on the North Shore after that European leg.
With the title, but look at this barrel, great takeoff. Again, John so crafty at that. Didn't even think about making a bottom turn error. He just stood up as the lip poured over his head. That takes a lot of trust in your own ability. Again, standing up right there as he, no bottom turn, just tucked straight into the barrel. So he basically skipped the bottom turn, and that equated into more time in the barrel. Really smooth little wrap too, so much better barrel than what we saw from Bede. We should see that score reflect that. I've been snatching them all up.
Well, John Florence has moved into the lead ahead of Bede Durbidge. He had an 8.1 on his last wave. He is too deep on this one. But one of those rare occasions where he doesn't execute, as John again falls under the lip there. Great composure, good style. A tidy line. That's one of the most technical efforts on a takeoff we've seen. On the backhand, maybe not as challenging. On the front side, very difficult just to put your board straight on rail there. That was amazing.
Let's see if we can pull this wave up again in slow motion, because it's crazy how subtle what John did that made a big difference in actually getting barreled in this wave. John took on the peak of the wave, so everything was pushing him to the channel. If he wasn't careful, he would have been out into the shoulder and not even gotten barreled. But watch this right here. He's going to dig in that nose and the inside rail on purpose. So he was able to use all that friction on the rocker of his board to slow down. Again, if he would have surfed flatter, he would have been scooted right to the channel and he would have got a pocket ride. But John, he knows all those little tricks to slow down, within a half a second and have those great reflexes.
It's been a good couple of minutes for John Florence. Bagged an 8.1.
Gabriel Medina, give them a ramp right now with this southwest wind.
Well, Bede Durbidge, let's see if it was a sell job from John Florence. Bede looks happy to get the vision. He'll find the exit, but it's not going to measure up to the 717 that Florence had on his last wave, or the 8.1 he scored earlier. Looking at the x-rays, I honestly thought that he'd never return to competition, but he is really showing his fighting spirit and his dedication to hard work, as we see John put it all on the line. Really working the crowd now, feeling comfortable with this lead. Ryan Callanan looking left, gets a bit of cover. That wave just got a little ugly. Bede Durbidge found some cover on the right, went the alley-oop, couldn't quite stick it. So this heat is coming to a close, just 10 seconds remaining And Durbo fighting till the end. But it looks like he's going to come up short here. Everyone's so happy to see him here too. Like he said, it was a fun heat to surf just because John had already stitched up the world title. Would have been stressful otherwise, but look at the numbers. 15.27 for Florence, one of the best heat score totals of the day.